So we've talked about multiplying powers. Today we're going to talk about dividing powers. So we start with an easy idea. If I have 5 cubed divided by 5 to the 7th, well, what does 5 cubed mean? 5 times 5 times 5. And 5 to the 7th means 5 times 5, 5, there's 7 of these. All right, and we have all factors on the top and all factors on the bottom. So what happens to the first 3 5s on the top and bottom? They are going to cancel out. So we're going to be left with what number on top? 1. Don't forget that. It's not a 0 on top, it's a 1. And 5 to what power on the bottom?
4.
5 to the 4th on the bottom.
Oh, so you should like
There we go. Very nice. So this is 5 to the negative 4. So when we have a power with the same base, notice it's 5 to the power on the top and 5 to the power on the bottom. We can just, and we're dividing them, we can just subtract the exponent. So if we have x to the 4th over x, what do I get? X to the 3rd, because that exponent on the bottom is x to the 1st. So this is x to the 4th over x to the 1st. Then we get x to the 4 minus 1, x to the 3rd. Okay? So it's another rule that we're going to add to our list over on the side. When we divide powers with the same base, we subtract their exponents. Okay. So that is 1. So if I have x to the m divided by x to the n, then we get x to the m minus n. So there's our first new rule for today. So we want to star that. That's important and new for today. And then the second thing, yeah, question.
Is the bottom one n?
Yeah, n is in the end. All right, and our second rule that I want to go over for today is if we have a division like 2/3, and that whole thing is raised to the power of 3. Now, just like we did when we had factors raised to a power, each part of it gets raised to that power. So this means 2 to the 3rd over 3 to the 3rd. Which is what over what? 2 to the 3rd, 8, and on the bottom, 3 to the 3rd, 27. Yeah, very nice. So now, if I have, let's see, x over y to the m, this becomes x to the m over y to the m. So there's our second rule for today. So these are the 2 new things that are being added to everything we've been doing so far. Okay? So now, let's go and do, these problems that we're doing now are your homework problems for the weekend. Okay, so we're going to get through them right now. So if I have m to the negative 3 over m to the negative 5, copy that down first. M to the negative 3 over m to the negative 5. That becomes what? Well, let's be careful. Well, let's do the subtraction first. We get m to the negative 3 minus negative 5. So we're subtracting a negative. Yeah.
That would mean make it like the plus.
Exactly. So it's going to become the plus. So this is m to the negative 3 plus 5, or m squared. Okay? So, we're dividing, so we need to remember it's -3 minus -5 in this case. So our answer is here, and M squared. Yeah,
Why is it a positive sign?
because we subtracted a negative. When we subtract a negative,
Yes.
it becomes adding the positive, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So now let's go down to number 6. This works with fractional exponents as well. Let me make that bigger. See? So we have 21m to the 3/4 over 3m to the 1/4. So here's your helpful hint when you do these. Keep the numbers, just like we did when we were multiplying, keep the numbers together, so we'll have 21 over 3. The exponent rules don't apply there, that's just 21 divided by 3. Times m to the 3/4 over m to the 1/4. So 21 divided by 3 equals what? 7. Don't apply any exponent rules there, that's just division. So that's 7 times, and what do we have here? M to the 2/4, which is 3/4 minus 1/4. So we have 7m to the 2/4, which is 7m to the what? 2/4 is 1/2. Okay? Now on 14, again, we're going to line up and down our numbers, our m and our n. So what are my numbers? What will I have on top? 4 times what? The other number on top. Help me.
3.
I'm pointing to it. What is it?
3.
3, thank you. All right, on the bottom, I see a 2, but that's not the only number, times what? -1, but not just -1, -1 to the 3rd. So, we'll write it like that. So now our numbers are all together. Let's get our m's together. On top, what do I have for m? M squared. Any others?
And
I just want m
oh,
right now. So just m squared, and on the bottom, what do I have? For my m. Come on. That's the -3rd, but m to the 3rd down there,
oh,
right? Any others? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the -3 from the first one. You're right. You're right. M to the -3 times m to the 3rd. So we have m to the -3 here and m to the 3rd inside the parentheses. All right, times now my n, as in Nancy. On top I have n to the 5th, and on the bottom, no n in this one. Here I have n to the what? 3rd. Thank you. All right, so now we just need to simplify each one of these parts. So here I have 4 times 3. What is -1 cubed? -1 times -1 times -1. -1. All right. So on the top we have 12. And on the bottom, we have what? 2 times -1 is -2, yes? And 12 over -2 is -6. That part's done. All right. Now we need to simplify this one. Well, what is m to the -3 times m to the 3? M to the, I heard you say 0, thank you. And what is m to the 0 equal to? 1. So this is just 1 on the bottom and m squared on the top. And that goes to 1. All right, and now we have m to the 5th over m to the 3rd. that becomes n to the 5 minus 3, which is n to the, what? 2. Good. We're done. So that's about how tricky they can become. We need to take it piece by piece. Okay, so now on to our odds that we want to do. We always start off nice and easy, and then we get a little trickier by the end. So 5 to the 6th over 5 to the 2nd becomes 5 to the what? This needs to be in your notes to get counted for homework. 5 to the, we subtract the exponent, 4, which is what number? 625. The next one, I can make it a little bigger. Okay. The next one is x to the 5/8 over x to the 3/8. Okay. So, you don't have to write this interim step as long as we know we're subtracting exponents. And it becomes x to the how many eighths? 2/8, which is x to the 1/4. Very good. Okay? So when we get over here to 5, we want to do our x's together first, and then I'll erase that and we'll do our y's. This becomes x to the what? Let me let you write it down first. Number 5 is x to the 6th, y to the 9th. Over x squared, y to the 5th. That's not it. So I'm going to separate it so I can see them. X to the 6th over x to the 2nd times y to the 9th over y to the 6th. So what do we get here? X to the what? X to the 4th and y to the 4th. We're done. Okay? That is number 5. Number 7 is 3 over 5 all to the 4th. Write down 7 and 9 while I rearrange things on here. So we can still read them. Alright, so what do we do with 3 over 5 to the 4th? That's our other new rule. 3 to the what? 3 to the 4th over 5 to the 4th. Which ends up being 81 over 625. Come on, Connor. You can do it. You don't have much more yet.
For number 7, would you have to, like, actually...
So I'm going to be clear on my rules. When I ask you to do these, I'll say whether I want it in final fractional form or not.
Oh.
Okay? Generally, it's not truly simplified until we're here. Okay? All right. So now, how about number 9? 4 over 7 all to the negative 2. What do we do first? Yep. 4 to the negative 2 over 7 to the negative 2. Very good. Now, here's where we can apply our old rule. What happens when we have a negative exponent in the bottom? It goes up to the top and becomes positive. What happens when we have a negative exponent in the top? It goes to the bottom and becomes positive. So really, this is 7 to the 2nd over 4 to the 2nd. Exactly. And that's 49 over 60. Put a star by 11. Copy down 11, please. Put a star by that, and with the star, we're going to say simplify the inside first on both of these, on 11 and 13. It's just going to make life easier. Simplify inside first. 15 first. That reduces to what fraction? 3 goes into 12 how many times? 4. And 3 goes into 15. Yeah, 4 over 5. And then I have p to the 3/2 over p to the first. So that's p to the 3/2 minus 1. All of that will be raised to the 4th. So inside I have 4 over 5. And I have p to what power?
1 over 1/2.
1/2. 3/2 minus 1 is 1/2. So we have 4/5 p to be 1/2. So life will be far easier if we simplify that inside first before we raise it to the 4th. All right. Now we'll do our numbers first. And if I'm raising it to the 4th, then what do I do with these numbers? 4 to the 4th over 5 to the 4th. Times, what do I do with these exponents? P to the 1/2 to the 4th. And multiply p to the 2nd to the 5th. All right, 4 to the 4th, what's that? 64 times 4, is that 256? We get 256 over 625 p squared. All right. I'm going to pause it, and you guys, I want you to simplify the inside on 13 first, raise it to the power, and then we'll do it together. So try it at your desk by yourselves first. If you don't want to do it, I'm telling you, we'll make things much easier in the end. Is I want you to line up things inside. Worry about this -3 thing last. So I wanted you to have 3 over 5, x squared over x, Connor, focus. Y to the 5th, there is no y on the bottom, so I'm going to leave it that way, and z to the -2 over z to the 5th. All of that is still to the -3rd, but we're going to worry about that last. Let's simplify the inside as far as we can. 3 over 5, can't do anything with that. That stays 3 over 5. X squared over x becomes x to the what? Just x to the 2 minus 1, so x to the 1st. Y to the 5th stays alone, and here we get z to the what? -2 minus 5, -6. You all right with this? Okay. All of this to the -3. So now we have much easier things to raise to that -3rd power. So now let's do everything to that -3rd power. We get 3 to the -3 over 5 to the -3 times what? X to the -3, y to the -15, z to the 21. Good. Now all we have to take care of are negative exponents. So when we have a 3 to the -3 over 5 to the -3, we can rewrite that how?
5 over 3.
5 to the 3rd
Oh.
over 3 to the 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing the right thing, you just forgot your exponents. Okay, so there's that. Drake, what's going on over there? You all right?
Yeah.
What is happening? Dropping? Oh, is it just your computer something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happens to this x to the -3? On the bottom with a positive 3. What happens to the y to the -15? Bottom with positive, and z to the 21 stays on top. All right, and then finally 5 to the 3rd. What is that?
125.
125. Z to the 21st over what's 3 to the 3rd?
27.
27. X to the 3rd. Y to the 6th. There it is. You can get very ugly if you get to that end. Okay? All right. This is going to be recorded. It will be on the website. That's as far as I wanted to do for homework. Now, we have, what, about 12 minutes or so. I'm still gonna try and meet with a few more of you to talk grades, all right? A few of you still have some things you owe me, you can work on that, or you can sit quietly and read, but don't mess around, or I promise you I will assign homework for the weekend, and then collect it Monday. We're done. Okay, so we're done. All right.